hopeless.
And the romantics.
I'm Danielle.
And I'm Katie.
And this week we are doing Little Shop, Little Shop, Little Shop. I'm going to be singing the entire episode. We're doing a musical episode.
So this is our first musical.
Yes.
We were thinking about doing like drunk musical episodes, but this one we were sober.
This one felt very organic because it's like Halloween and it's romantic and it's spooky.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite movies. Like probably a top 5 for me.
Yeah, you love it.
I love this movie.
I like it. It reminds me of my dad, so I like it. What I was going to say was I think we're switching to every 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, we're going to start doing bi-weekly episodes.
For now, it's we both have full-time jobs and Danielle's got school and we don't have the luxury of
a pandemic
life. So we're going to switch to bi-weekly for a while until we can we have more time or whatever. So every 2 weeks.
Look out for us. So sorry. I know it's been a little hectic.
It's been a little off-kilter.
The uploads. But it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And
last week, Katie had her heart broken. So
yes.
I'm really, really excited to be doing a podcast all about love and romance right now.
At least this movie isn't super this is about love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fine. It's so fine. It's gonna be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all fine.
It's fine.
Anyway, so we're back every 2 weeks.
Better than ever.
Yeah. And lonelier than ever.
I'm with you there, baby. Been alone the whole time. Welcome to my world. Join me again.
No.
Just kidding. Kidding. It's miserable.
I'm gonna start dating this week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do it. I can't fucking do it.
No.
Can this episode be a
therapy session? Yeah, and at the end we're just so anyway, that's Little Shop of Horrors. It is a Little Shop of Horror. It's a Little Life of Terrors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna start dating next week. I can't do this.
No, being lonely sucks. And for everyone out there who is also lonely, we feel your pain.
Don't let anyone try to tell you that it's great, that it's fun to be single. It's not. And it's okay that it's not. And
you know what? The people who tell you it's fun to be single are the people who are in relationships. Mm-hmm. And it's back off. Mm-hmm. You have the thing. Mm-hmm. So if you want to be single, then why are you still with this person?
Yeah, if you want to be single, that's fine. But I'm saying if you don't want to be single,
that's also
don't try to let anyone convince you.
It's also frustrating because when you're in moments like this and people are God, I wish I was single. It's
then be single.
Yeah, and also there's this weird shame about not wanting to be single.
That is so true. I think this is the perfect platform to talk about this because there's also a weird shame about liking romantic movies.
Yeah.
But it's fine to want to be partnered, I think.
Humans are made for connection.
Literally, enmeshment is part of human nature.
Exactly.
Do I think that you should love yourself and work on
Yeah, but it's nice to have company while you're doing that.
But it's also okay to want to be with someone. Yeah. You know? I think that's an important
Who doesn't
thing.
want that security of texting every day and
Why'd you say that first?
Just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
A good morning text or things like that. Just someone being good morning, thinking of you, or hope you have a good day. Just someone you know. I mean, obviously your friends are always going to be in your corner, but your friends have other friends, and so they're in their corners as well. But to have this one person that's specifically for you, and you're for them,
it's different. It's just a different thing. It's just
completely different. And I don't think there should be any shame in wanting to be partnered.
No, and I definitely feel I was really grateful and felt super blessed for the support that I felt from my community and the people in my life. I was wow, okay, no one's gonna let me feel the loneliness
No.
Like, people are really trying to make me feel okay, and I'm so grateful for that. But it's like, it's just different.
Yeah, it's okay to not like being single. I know, like, we're in this era where it's like, live for yourself, your life is yours, like, don't let anyone take that away from you, and you're independent, like, and I totally respect that, and I'm so happy for people who can do that. It's just, for some people, it's a lot more difficult. Like, people with mental illness or things like that, like, who would love to just have some sort of support system when they can't support themselves. It's me, I'm talking about myself.
Yeah. But just in general, like, I think just whatever people want to do, just let them be.
Like,
yeah, just let people like romantic movies, and let people want.
And why be like, I miss being single? Like, no, you don't. Go be single.
Then break up with your partner right now in front of me.
Do it. I want to watch you do it.
I swear to fucking God.
And if you shed one tear,
if anyone says to me like, I miss being single, I literally will be like, all right, dial your partner's number. I mean,
you don't miss being single.
You don't.
And also, like...
Or, like, oh, my God, being in a relationship isn't all that it's cracked up to be. Like, because I haven't been in a lot of relationships, I would get that a lot from people, like, before like, it's really not all that. Yes, it is.
It is.
It is all that.
When you're in a good relationship.
Yeah, it is all that in a bag of chips. And guess what? The thing that gets me is, like, having someone to go to things with.
Yeah.
Like a wedding date.
Yeah.
Do you know how nice it was for me to go to one event with a partner? I literally was, like...
Yeah.
So happy to have someone to go to. Yeah. Because every event for my entire fucking life, I've been a third wheel or alone. And pretending that it's fine when deep down I'm like, I wish I was dead. Yeah. So, like...
And I felt that, like, these past couple months, like, now that shows are starting again, I've had, like, so many concerts recently that I've had to go to by myself because, like, my friends are busy or something. And I'm
that's
like...
something that a partner would be like, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah. And, like, concerts, like... I don't mind going to the movies by myself. I can do a lot of things by myself. But concerts are something I really want to share with somebody. Because, like, I just like having someone to dance with or, like, sing to or cry with. Like, I went to the Phoebe Bridgers concert recently. And I went with my friend Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for coming. And we just, like, sobbed to, like, 8 of her songs together while we were singing them. And it's just, like, nice to have that support there. Especially because it was at the Greek. And there was, like, a million preteens there, and I was like, where are your mothers? But it's just, don't be ashamed for not liking being single, because I don't like it, and I'm one of those people who was always, like, going from relationship to relationship, and this is the longest I've been, like, single for.
True.
It's been, like, 2 years now. Like, there have been people in and out, but, like, nothing, like, that is, like, cemented, like, a relationship yet. Who knows? It could be just around the corner. Could take another 2 years, which is a really fun thought.
Just take it day by day. I'm taking it day by day. Yeah. I'm like, tomorrow I could meet Jack Dawson.
Tomorrow I could meet Rick Moranis.
Yeah, I have to live like that right now. I can't, like... Or Rachel Weisz. If I think to myself 2 years, I'm stabbing hot pokers in my eyes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing 2 years. So...
And it's so hard because it's like...
Day by day.
Because it's like, yay, we have each other, but it's just like, it's not the same.
No, and like, I'm so grateful for you.
I'm so grateful for you.
But it is, like, it's different.
No, 100%. And, like, we acknowledge that to each other. Like, we both are like, I'm so grateful to have you, but...
And, like, should we get married? And then Danielle says no.
And Katie gets very triggered every time.
I don't actually think we should get married, but, like, also...
No.
See? Danielle doesn't want to marry me.
I want to marry my partner.
No one wants to marry me.
Catherine, that's not true.
I literally just broke up with someone because they didn't want to marry me. So
that doesn't mean no one.
What?
I said that doesn't mean no one.
Well, it feels like no one.
Well, it can feel like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's allowed. Anyway.
This is a 20-minute intro.
Yeah, right. So sorry, guys. But I think it's important. We have a romance podcast.
A romance.
What did I say? I was going to say romantic, but then I was like...
I knew what was happening.
A romance podcast.
Yeah. No, I think it's important to talk about, especially, like, we're getting into November, December. I think that's like the hardest
Cuffing
time to
season.
be. Yeah, it's the hardest time to be single.
Because it's chilly and you want to like warm up under a blanket.
And it's holidays and it's family, and like when you have someone to go with you to that stuff and like be there for you, like it's just it's okay.
Holidays suck. I do not like them.
Okay. And I am a firm believer that like the right people will find you. You'll find each other.
I do not chase, I attract. What is meant for me will simply find me.
Okay.
You guys can use that affirmation. I made it up. Just kidding. It's from TikTok.
I know. I was like, TikTok.
TikTok on the clock, but the party don't stop.
How come this is another sidebar, but like how come people never talk about like Kesha's TikTok?
Yeah.
And the fact that TikTok is spelled TikTok.
Yeah.
Like Kesha.
The same way.
Is it because these children don't know the Kesha song?
I'm sure they do. I think it's just like they don't remember. Because they were like in 4th grade.
Or younger.
Definitely younger. It's fine. You know what they'll never have that we did? Singing Shorty Got Low, 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 and screaming about apple bottom jeans and boots with the fur in our high school cafeteria while grinding.
It was in your cafeteria?
Yeah.
Ew. That's weird.
Gotta love public school.
Wait, your sweaty dances?
Yeah.
Why were
I
they
never
in the
thought
gym?
about that. That's a good question. Our gym was... I don't know. I'm really trying to think.
Ours were in our gym. We had 2 gyms. We had the auxiliary gym. And we were not all that.
2 gyms.
2 gyms. But anyway,
we just had the one.
The aux gym was like the old gym from like the 60s, so it was like creepy. That's where all the dances would be. Oh. Because it was smaller.
And grinding in the creepy gym.
Yeah. And it smelled. Always had this like really particular smell.
We had to do breathalyzers before our dances.
In the cafeteria. I'm like...
It really was. That's so great. I really didn't think about that. Like
it's like so unsanitary.
Probably unsanitary. And then we'd all come to school on Monday, where we watched people grind up on each other. I mean, they all had a good time.
Cafeteria. Okay, I can't get over that.
We were cafeteria people. Get in or get out. Or hit the road.
Ow.
I smacked the road too hard.
It hurt.
I heard it. So yeah, today we're talking about Little Shop of Horrors. Guys, we're all over the place.
Little Shop of Horrors.
But yeah, if you guys have any like heartbrokenness or anything,
if you need to talk, yeah, we're here.
Shoot us a message.
Did you ever listen to Delilah?
Delilah.
We could be your Delilah.
You know what? Someone suggested, actually my roommate Corinne suggested, hello Corinne, that we do like something that's like a Patreon special where people write in stories and like we give them advice or talk about like their level. I mean, we can't give advice because I mean, listen to the past 10 minutes. But like we share in the pain with you. I wouldn't take advice from me.
Yeah, don't take advice from us.
But like share in the pain with them.
Yeah, and like talk about it and like
do like little half-hour episodes.
That's actually a really cute idea.
So if you guys would like to hear that, let us know. I think it's a really interesting prospect.
I feel like sometimes there's no one to go to for this stuff because there's such a like stigma about it, and also I don't know, I feel like it's hard to talk about like wanting that so badly. And
even if you're just upset with like a situationship not planning out, or someone you texted for 3 days and they ghosted you, like even if it feels like minute like that, it's still like
it matters
because you like get all these hopes up and like put your own expectations on people, which isn't fair, but also like you can't, everyone does it, everyone dreams and puts hopes on a person that they've talked to for 48 hours. It's trash, and our brains like to sabotage us.
The chemicals in there,
the chemicals, I can feel the pressure.
Anyways, I think we should do that.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. If you guys are interested in that, we would love to have more of a rapport.
I really want to do
with
a
our
live
26
show too.
listeners.
a live show too.
Oh yeah, 100%. That would. Okay.
Cut that out.
Yeah, that would happen.
I think like it would be really cute to do where like we have the people like write down stories or whatever before, and then we pick out like 5 to like talk about or like that'd be so cute.
Yeah.
And to do,
we can even just do like Instagram live.
I still want to do our karaoke too.
Yeah, I have this idea for if we ever do a live show that we would do like heartbreak karaoke where we sing like emo songs or like really, really sad songs that nobody wants to hear at karaoke because it brings down the vibe. Me singing every Mitski song that's ever existed. Nobody. No. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. I really wish you could see her face.
My Aunt Sherry told me that when she listens... Sorry, the table's going to collapse because I got too excited. My Aunt Sherry told me that when she listens, she has that jingle stuck in her head the rest of the day. That's for you, Aunt Sherry.
I sometimes get it in my head, too.
You're welcome. I'm a jingle queen.
Ma'am.
George of the Jingle.
Ma'am.
Mom.
George of the Jingle.
I'm so funny.
You are really funny.
Shut up.
You are. You're really funny. You're the funniest person I know.
Okay. I just want to relax. The table won't stop yelling at me. So yeah, we did Little Shop of Horrors, 1986. And we were talking about this, like, as the movie ended. Like, it's, like, obviously it's not original. It's based off a 1960 movie. But, like, it's so original. Like, I just wish we would, like, invest in, like, weird movies like this. Or, like, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Or, like, really campy things again.
I know. You would like, think that we would because, like, we're...
so much more accepting. And, like, more open-minded. But it's, like... not everything has to be an art piece. Sometimes you can just enjoy something. And,
like, try to tell me that's not art.
Like, friggin' Audrey, too. Tell me that thing isn't a work of art. That puppet is insane.
If they ever, you're right. We were talking about if they ever redid it. Don't redo it.
Don't redo it. Because they would make Audrey 2 just CGI. And, like... that's what I hated. I mean, I'm about to go on a bit of a nerd rant for a second, but that's what I hated about the new Hobbit movies, because in the original Lord of the Rings, the first 3 movies, all of the orcs were like makeup and like prosthetics and looked really cool, but in the new 3 Hobbit movies, 99% of the orcs were CGI'd, and it just felt like there was a disconnect.
They feel weightless or something. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like CGI stuff, it feels...
it's the whole uncanny valley thing.
It's the uncanny valley.
You, like, can't connect to it because you know it's not real.
You can feel that it's not real. Yeah.
Whereas I can connect to Audrey, too, more than I can connect to, like, a CGI human.
Fair.
I mean, I just really like plants, though.
I know.
So, Little Shop of Horrors. Let's get into it, vibes.
Let's get into it.
Rick Moranis. Just want to say, if you're listening...
we love you.
Obsessed with you. I kind of want to be Seymour for Halloween this year.
I think you should be Seymour.
It's in 3-4 days.
Suddenly Danielle Seymour.
Suddenly Danielle Moore. She purified me. Anyway, Rick Moranis is incredible in this movie. And also, like, it's such a stacked cast, too. Like, Rick Moranis, Ellen Greene as Audrey. Her friggin' voice...
I know. Chills. She's so talented.
Chills the entire time. Levi Stubbs as Audrey, too. Steve Martin.
With
the only time
hair.
he doesn't have white hair or gray hair.
It makes him look so young.
It's crazy.
It's really nuts to see him with hair like that.
Yeah.
But also, like, the gray and the white is, like, that's Steve.
Mm-hmm.
It, like, was such a trademark on him, I feel.
Yeah. And then the Doo-Wop Girls. I love the Doo-Wop Girls. They're so fun. Jim Belushi's in it. John Candy. Christopher Guest. Bill Murray.
John Candy.
Love Christopher Guest.
Also.
We stan. But, yeah. So, it opens. The prologue. Bum. Ba-dum. Bum. Bum. we open on Skid Row. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God, it does the whole thing.
But I just have to say, this musical is what originally got me into musical theater. So, like, I'm obsessed with it, but also thank you for making me insufferable, I guess.
You're not an annoying musical theater person.
True.
You're not, like, listen.
I don't give...
No offense to any musical theater people out there, but there's definitely, like, a certain type of musical theater person that gives a vibe. Mm-hmm. And I think you do that if you're out there. It's not a bad thing. It's just a vibe. You don't do that.
Gonna vibe. Baby, are you coming for the ride? So we open on Skid Row. Oh, also the music is by Howard Ashman and Alan Menken. Forgot to mention that. We Stan. Directed by Frank Oz. We Stan. It's just amazing. Anyway, we open on Skid Row. And it's just very obvious. It's a very run-down part of town. Mm-hmm. Very poor. There's a flower shop that's called Mushnick and Sons.
Mushnick.
Or Mushnick's Florist. I think Mushnick and Sons is in the musical. Mm. But Seymour is working there. And he is played by Rick Moranis. And he's just a lovable little klutz.
I was, like, saying that the way that he dresses in the movie is how every hipster dresses right now.
100%.
Like, that... Like, there's a scene where he's wearing, like, a ball cap, and he's got on, like, big glasses, and, like, it's like a cap that has, like, no... It's just, like,
words on
purple. Yeah, I'm, like... And then he's wearing just, like, kind of, like, flared-ish khakis with, like, a belt.
Like
and, like,
Dickies.
I was literally like, this is what, like, all of Highland Park looks like.
And they're like, I got it thrifting.
Yeah, I thrifted it. Secondhand, recycle fashion.
I stole clothes from poor people. Oops. Anyway, Seymour is living in the floral shop, and we have the whole Skid Row scene where they're singing about being on Skid Row, and Audrey's there. Audrey has clearly got a black eye from a very abusive partner, and Audrey's just so cute. I love her little voice. Hi, Mr. Mushnick. She's so cute.
Hi, Mr. Mushnick.
Oh, Seymour.
It's such a good voice.
It is, and, like, it's so funny when she switches from her talking voice to her singing voice, because her singing voice is so, like,
she tries.
Seymour.
I feel like she tries to stay in it, but it's so, her voice is so good.
Yeah, like when she sings Somewhere That's Green, it's like she does most of it in the between our frozen dinners, and then, like, we'll go into that, like, really deep voice, but she's incredible. Anyway, Seymour and Audrey clearly want to get out of Skid Row. Please don't sing this time, get out of Skid Row. Sorry, I'm really trying hard not to sing every song, but I'm failing.
They're ready to leave.
Yes.
They want out. They're like, they want better lives for themselves.
What's that like?
I know there's a scene where Seymour's like, I'm poor. I've always been poor.
All my life,
sweeping floors. I asked God why I'm here. He says, I don't know what you're here for. I was like, okay, Seymour, chill.
Same.
You don't need to call me out like that, Seymour.
Seymour's just a little orphan who doesn't know what he's doing, and, like, same, bud. Little glasses wearing orphans we are. So we discover that Seymour has bought this strange and mysterious plan, and him and Audrey decide to convince Mr. Mushnick to put it in the window, and hopefully it'll drum up business.
It's little.
We see the plan. It looks like a little...
But it's really weird looking. Like, it's clearly a very unique plan.
And they keep, like, repeating, like, that strange and interesting plan, like, over and over. It's so funny. Yeah. And then a customer barges in and is like, I saw that strange and interesting plan in the window. And, like, it starts drumming up business. And Mr. Mushnick's like, you got to get this plant to thrive, buddy, because this is bringing in money. And so we get, like, the whole explanation of where he found it. There was a total eclipse of the sun. And suddenly there was, like, this buzzing sound. And the plant was there. And it wasn't there before. So he decides to buy it. So Seymour's trying to figure out what this plant needs.
because it starts to kind of like shrivel up.
Yeah.
And he's like feeding it, and he's doing all like, plant food, water, whatever, and like nothing is satiating this little plant, but it's bringing in so much business.
He's got to figure it out.
And Mr. Mushnick is so happy, and Seymour is happy because for the first time he's like,
he feels like he's done something right.
Oh. So he's like, how do I feed you?
Yeah, how do I keep this ball rolling? So he like pricks his finger while he's pruning some roses, and when he's like sucking on the blood off his finger, the plant, which he has affectionately called Audrey too, after Audrey, they're in love, starts like making the little smooching noises, like it wants the blood that's coming out of Seymour's finger. So Seymour, I'll give you a few drops if that'll appease. He gives him a few drops and it appeases, and the plant just gets bigger and bigger by the day, and people keep coming in. Mushnick's is thriving. Seymour's getting all these offers and like going on radio shows, and like at the same time we're seeing Audrey really struggling with her relationship.
Yes,
she's talking about how
he's a sadist.
Yeah, and like so she's singing with the doo-wop girls, talking about like what her ideal man would be. And it's pretty much really Seymour sad. And like she's like, what a Pisces, like just like daydreaming, and it's like somewhere that's green, and yeah, just dreaming about her life with Seymour, but doesn't think she deserves better than the abusive.
I know, she's like, I don't deserve someone like Seymour. And then the doo-wop girls are like, she's got low self-worth,
she's got problems.
Yeah.
And so, we then see Steve Martin, the man, the myth, the legend, is playing a dentist who is Audrey's boyfriend, the sadist.
So absurd.
I'm obsessed with the camp of this movie.
It's so campy.
And it's like, because like the build up to the reveal of him being a dentist is him like singing about like all the torturous things he would do when he was little, and his mom being like, you know what? I've got an idea for what your future career should be. Be a dentist. People hate dentists, and you get to hurt people.
And he's like kind of got like an Elvis.
Yeah. Like
that kind of like greaser vibe.
I'd find a pussy cat bashing its head. And that's probably not the line I should have sang.
Yeah.
But so we discover that he is a dentist. He enjoys inflicting pain on others. His song is incredible. And he's addicted to nitrous oxide. So he pulls up to the Mushnick florist to pick up Audrey for their date. And Audrey's arm is already, like, in a cast, and, like, she's got a black eye. She's looking real pathetic.
Yeah.
Poor Audrey. And so as they drive off, Audrey, too, starts singing to Seymour.
Yes.
Starts going, feed me. Does it have to be human? It's so good.
This is when you first hear, like, feed me, Seymour.
Yeah, it's the first time we get the Audrey 2 voice. I love it. I don't know why I said it like that.
The what?
The Audrey 2 voice. I don't know why I said it like that. But the puppet is so good. The mouth looks like it's, like, actually... Because, like, most puppets, it's just, like, up and down.
How do they do that?
Yeah. Like, I don't know, but...
And it's, like, made of...
Like, vinyl or something. It's
or
so crazy.
Yeah, or, like, plastic, or, like, something that it looks like a plant. It's so cool the way they did it. I'm sure there's, like, a bunch of info on that.
Yeah. It's just, like, I always see people say that, Steven Spielberg sold his soul to make the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park look so real. Because it's like, think about it. Those weren't real dinosaurs. Trips me out all the time. I know.
How did they make those?
I don't know.
Were they animatronic?
Some of them.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Maybe they were real dinosaurs.
That's what I think. Steven Spielberg sold his soul.
To make real dinosaurs.
For a smashing hit movie. So Seymour.
Why did you say that? Oh, were you going to say something about Audrey too?
Just that it's a cool puppet.
Oh, what made you bring up Steven Spielberg?
Oh, because Audrey 2 looks so real.
Yes.
Yes, that's where it is.
I was like, where were you going
the
with
line
that?
Back. So Audrey 2 is singing to Seymour how he wants to eat humans. And he's promising Seymour all of these things. Like, I know you want a better life. I know you want the girl. Like, if you feed me, you can get famous and get all of these things. Mm-hmm. And Seymour's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then Audrey and the dentist come back from their date. And Audrey has fallen off his motorcycle and is running behind him. And they go inside of Audrey's apartment and, he physically assaults her. You see,
the shadow of him assaulting her. It's very sad.
It makes me so sad because I love Steve Martin.
I know. It's weird to see him in a character like that because he's normally...
Yeah, and...
sweet.
Sweet man. And Audrey basically convinces Seymour, this is who needs to go, so then you can get the woman, and your life's gonna be better. And Seymour's like, yeah, okay. Thinks about it for a minute, sings about it for a minute.
I would want to kill him.
Yeah.
If I saw someone hit you or something, I would see red.
See red.
It would be hard for me not to get physically angry.
I mean, I would let you. Defend my honor.
Defend my honor.
So...
But I don't have an Audrey 2 to get rid of the body.
True. But you got me, and I'm a hungry, hungry hippo.
Ew.
No, I'm not a cannibal, is what I'm trying to say. So Seymour makes an appointment for the dentist, and right before Seymour goes in, Bill Murray plays this character that's a masochist who loves having pain inflicted on him.
Which is really funny.
It's such a funny scene, and it ticks the dentist off because he only likes it if the other people don't like it.
He just keeps being thank you, every time.
He's Steve I'm going to tell my friends about you.
Uses one of his torturous tools. Bill Murray's thank you.
So the dentist is feeling a bit angry at this point, so he wants to take a lot out on Seymour.
I have a hard time watching the dentist scenes.
Oh my god, I hate it. Just the drill noise and...
Dentists are just scary.
Don't like it.
I know it's important. Everybody get your teeth cleaned.
I guess.
But my dad punched a dentist.
My dad used to walk in and just be like, knock me out and pull whatever needs to be pulled. I don't want cavities filled. I don't want any of that. Just pull it.
I will go in and say, knock me out.
Yeah.
You can use whatever you want. Just knock me out because I don't want to be here for this. Or at all in general. But especially
at the dentist.
Even for teeth cleaning, I don't want to be awake.
Yeah.
I hate it. The whole process is so uncomfortable. It's awful.
I was going to start describing what I hate, but I couldn't even describe it
because
I hate it.
I know. That's what I was thinking too. I want to say it, but I'm I don't even want to say it.
No.
It's all so horrific.
Who needs teeth?
Yeah, those useless
We've got
things.
Yogurt and applesauce.
Imagine though, I love my teeth. That's the thing. I'm go to the dentist, but
meh. These old bones sticking out of my face. So Rick Moranis brings a gun to his dentist appointment, and Steve Martin, the dentist, decides I need to get high before I work on your mouth. And,
I know, this is so weird.
He fits this contraption over his face, and it gets stuck, and this is the point in the movie where they cut one of the songs that's my favorite in the musical. But
what is it?
It's Seymour is wrestling with, should he take the mask off or should he leave him and kill him by laissez-faire? Goes, what we have here is an ethical dilemma. Unless I help him get the mask removed, he doesn't have a prayer, and it's a whole thing. It's really good.
Aww.
It's my favorite song. But he decides not to help him and let him die by nitrous oxide poisoning, which He did to himself.
To be fair, yeah. I mean, Seymour didn't do anything. It is
laissez-faire. But his...
Is that the right word?
Yeah, it's in the song.
Oh.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I only hear that in terms of economics.
Well.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
But
yeah, he does, like, it's one of those things where it's like, could have saved him. Yeah. And the fact that he didn't. Listen, I don't know that I would save this evil dentist.
Right. No, that's not the actions that are wrong. I think it's the following actions that don't look great for Seymour. Because he takes the dentist home and tries to feed him to Audrey 2. And Audrey 2 says, no, you gotta chop it up. So Seymour takes him to the back and chops the dentist up into pieces.
This is why we did this movie during Halloween season.
It's spooky.
It's a little spooky. He chops up a man's body.
An entire body. And then as he's doing this, Mr. Mushnick sees him doing it. Like, sees the shadow of someone.
And then he goes in. He opens the door.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like, yeah.
Mr. Mushnick's like, oh, shit. Seymour...
Yeah.
Murdered him. And obviously he thinks that Seymour also killed him. Which, is debatable if he did or not.
Yeah. Depends on what side of the fence you're on.
Yeah.
So Seymour sees that, like, it's like the next day, he sees that the police are talking to Audrey. And as they walk away, Seymour's, like, obviously feeling a little nervous, a little squirrely. He's like, Audrey, what'd they talk to you about? And she was like, oh, the dentist is missing. And it didn't even sound like her at all. But, and they're kind of having this discussion, like, well, is it so bad that he's missing? And she's like, well, maybe it's my fault because I wished he would go missing.
Yeah, she was like, I feel guilty because I wished.
Mm-hmm. And, like,
poor Audrey.
Seymour's just there holding space for her. He's holding space for her.
God, we're so 2021.
Yeah.
He's holding space for her.
And he's just there for her and her needs. But that's pretty much what the next song is about. Audrey's needs being fulfilled. And they sing Suddenly Seymour because Seymour's, like, comforting her and, like, helping her through this, like, very difficult moment because she's really wrestling with it. And it's basically Audrey just, like, singing about being grateful for Seymour, and Seymour just saying, I'm here for you, and it makes me cry, and I love this song so much.
It's so sweet.
Suddenly Seymour.
And, I mean, basically he tells her how he feels.
Yeah.
That's the moment when he's like, I've been here all along. And
I just want to protect you.
And she's like, I don't deserve someone like you. Ugh. Like, I was, like, working at a club.
Like a go-go lounge or
something. Something like that. And he was like, I don't care. That's your past. Like, I care about who you are now. And, like, it's just so... It's such a sweet scene. It
warms my heart every single time. It gives me goosebumps every time.
And it's like, what I love about it is it's like, they both didn't believe that they could have each other. Where it's like, it's
your
like,
own self-doubt.
And it's also just like, nothing else has gone right for them in their lives. Like, everything's such a challenge. And it's like, there's no way that this girl likes me, or there's no way that this guy would ever be with me. And it's like, it just took the courage for Seymour, who was becoming very courageous in the last 24 hours, to be like, no, wait, I really like you, and I want to be there for you. And it's just so sweet.
Yeah. It's like the best scene in the movie.
And Audrey's like finally going to be safe and... protected by somebody who's a really good person who also just wants a person to be with.
We all just want our person. It's fine. So then Seymour like kind of goes to bed and is like musing, thinking about like how great that moment and interaction was. And then here comes Mr. Mushnick bringing down the hammer to be like, oh, you killed someone. Like, okay, I'm in love. And what? Like, that's not important right now.
Like, can you just chill, Mr. Mushnick?
Can I... Mr. Mushnick. Like, I literally just kissed the love of my life. Can I have one moment,
just
please?
Just like one moment before you come down on me for murder.
Like, I get it. He's dead. Like, what? He's not gonna die again.
Yeah, we have time to deal with this.
He's not getting deader.
Like...
So, Mr. Mushnick is trying to get Seymour. Mr. Mushnick. He's trying to get Seymour. I sound like a little mouse. Mr. Mushnick.
That's what she sounds like, though.
True.
Oh, Seymour.
Seymour. Anyway, Mr. Mushnick is trying to get Seymour to go down to the station and confess his sins. Downtown. That's your home address. You live downtown when your life's a mess. And he decides, like, oh, you know what, Seymour? I'll let you go. Like, that's fine. Like, go lay low for 30 or 40 years. Like, sounds easy enough. And I'll take care of the plan. Because Mr. Mushnick wants to get famous himself.
Mr. Mushnick.
Yeah. He wants to get all the money that will be coming in from Audrey 2.
Yes.
And you can tell Audrey 2's not really happy with this either.
Well, and Audrey 2's bigger because...
she ate a human.
She ate a human.
Human. And so Seymour, Mr. Mushnick, we're staring at
There's like a plant in the corner and I'm like, Audrey.
Hello. Seymour is basically describing how to take care of Audrey to Mr. Mushnick when he somehow trips and falls into Audrey 2's mouth. Essentially. Well, he's like, oh no, Audrey's like opening her mouth.
Yeah.
And Mr. Mushnick's like, what
looking
the hell?
in. Yeah, because it's like blue and purple and weird in there.
And Audrey chomps down and eats Mr. Mushnick.
Mr. Mushnick. That's not good.
It's like not okay.
It's also very traumatic for poor Seymour because Mr. Mushnick took him in.
It was like his father.
Like when he was orphaned. And so, how are you dealing with that, Seymour? Do you have a therapist?
How are you coping? I don't think he's got insurance,
mechanisms
babe.
are you?
What are your coping mechanisms?
Yeah.
Are you hiding in this relationship because you don't want to deal with the trauma that your life has given you? So Audrey is now getting massive, getting even bigger. Audrey 2. The original Audrey.
Suddenly starts to expand.
She's pregnant. she just her belly ballooned. She's got a baby now. No, I'm kidding. That's not real.
That's not real.
It's not real.
Liar.
Oh my god. Liar.
You're a liar.
And a cheat. What's that from?
I don't know. It is from something.
It's from something.
It's definitely from something.
I think I'm actually quoting Dance Moms.
Mr. Mushnick. Okay, I'll stop saying that.
If anybody likes Dance Moms out there, I'd love to talk to you about Dance Moms.
Dance Moms.
Dance Moms. Anyway, Audrey Chu.
You're so tired. It's so funny. Like, I know Danielle so well. Like, I can see her, like, slowly getting more tired, where it's like her eyes are, like, closing more.
I know, like
yeah.
And, like, my line of thought is just, like, getting more jumbled, and my speech is just like, Audrey Chu is getting really big. She's so big.
I was like, what the fuck? Why are you doing that for so long? And I realized you were actually saying something. I was like, okay, we get it. And then I was like, oh, you're saying
words.
You're saying words.
And Seymour is just getting very uncomfortable with all the attention because he knows the more attention they get, the more he's going to have to feed Audrey. So, Audrey 2. So he goes to Audrey 1. And Audrey the First. And is basically like, let's just run away. Let's get married.
Wait, you were just serving... This is so specific and, like, sorry, everyone. You were just serving Bendela as Maggie Smith so
RuPaul.
hard. You were just serving that so hard. Like, I just was like, that's...
Wouldn't it be funny, libations flavored with citrus? Everyone should watch Bendela's
Snatch Game. One of them.
Literally the best Snatch Game.
Definitely one of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RuPaul Charles. Excuse me, we invented the language. Or we originated the
language. Shit's so good. Anyway, sorry. Sidetrack.
So Seymour and Audrey are gonna elope. They're gonna get married. They're gonna leave Skid Row behind. But then Jim Belushi comes out of
thin air,
out of an alleyway while Seymour and Audrey are like singing a reprise of Suddenly Seymour, and he goes, "Would you kids stop singing for a second?" So funny. And is like, "I just want to take clippings of like Audrey 2, and we can like distribute Audrey 2 and have her in." Oh wait, this isn't it yet. Oh no, I'm jumping ahead. So
she's jumped ahead, ladies and gentlemen.
Disregard everything I just said. Seymour and Audrey are getting married. They're gonna get married, and Seymour decides to go down to the butcher's shop to feed Audrey 2.
Yes.
And Audrey 2 is not happy with this arrangement because he knows Seymour's trying to leave and is feeding him with, like, you know, not human meat. So he calls the original Audrey.
He uses his vines.
Which, like, are so cool, again.
True. And she lives across the street.
Yes.
Side note.
And so Audrey 2 calls Audrey and convinces her to come over and give him some water. It's not that bad. And Audrey's like, "I don't understand what's going on. Why is this plant talking to me?"
She's freaked out.
Yeah.
She gets there and she's like, "Is this a dream or is this really happening to me?"
Pisces.
I see that.
Yeah, so as she's watering him... Witter. Audrey 2 eats Audrey, the original. Has her dangling out of his mouth. And at this moment is when Seymour comes to the rescue, gets Audrey out of Audrey 2's mouth, and they run outside, and this is when Jim Belushi comes up.
Yes.
And interrupts their moment, because Audrey is saying, like, "I don't need you to be famous, like, I don't need you to have money, like, I just love you for you." It's very sweet. And Jim Belushi is offering to take clippings of Audrey 2 and distribute them into houses across America. And this is when Audrey and Seymour realize they have a problem, because Audrey 2 is planning on world domination.
Yes.
Spooky, scary. So Seymour decides he has to kill Audrey 2. And this is when we get the song Mean Green Mother from Outer Space. And Seymour realizes Audrey 2 is an alien that came down during the total eclipse.
Yes.
And they are having some type of battle-ish.
Yes.
It's pretty much just Audrey 2 kicking Seymour's ass.
Yes.
And, like, he makes the building collapse on Seymour.
Oh.
But you see Seymour's hand come out at the last second and electrocute Audrey with, like, some exposed wire.
Yeah, from the house falling down.
Yeah. And Audrey 2 dies. And Seymour...
In a very 80s... It's like the most 80s version of
very weird science.
Electrocution you can imagine. It's just, like, so 80s.
Yeah.
It, like... reminds me of Saved by the Bell for some reason. Like, just that, like, I'm very 80s.
Yeah. It reminds me of Weird Science, which is a terrible movie. Sorry if anyone likes it. But, so Audrey, the original, and Seymour get to run off together and not face any consequences for potential murder. But they live somewhere that's green.
Yeah.
In the pine soil scented air. With their big, enormous 12-inch screen.
Aww.
It's very sweet. It's a very beautiful ending compared to the original ending in the Broadway musical, which is where everybody gets eaten. Spoiler alert.
Tree. But also don't forget to say in the end of the movie it shows like a little baby Audrey being born somewhere.
It's at Seymour and Audrey's house.
Yeah, Seymour and Audrey's, leaving you to guess what could possibly happen.
World domination.
That plant really wanted it.
Don't feed the plants. That's how the musical ends.
I know. It's so crazy. I was saying, like, Hollywood really does, like, Hollywoodify everything. Like, it's like, it has to have a happy ending. Which, am I mad at? No, not necessarily.
But I also love how we talked about this, how they kept it feeling like a musical, like a stage musical. Like, they didn't try to make it feel, like, organic. Like, people would stop and sing about how terrible their lives were.
Yeah, I like that it was very much, like, you could tell it was a set. It was limited, too, which I really liked. Like, it was clearly just, like, a few sets, which is how it would be if you were watching it live. Like, and
it's so campy. It's so campy. I didn't even think about that, how it's only a couple sets. Yeah,
you know. I haven't seen it live before. Oh, yes, I have. But only in high school. I haven't seen, like, a big production of it. Like, so I can't really speak to that, but, like, I feel like the movie still does a really good job of making you feel like you're watching a play.
I've seen it live, and, like, I got to see Amber Riley be Audrey, too, and it, like, seriously blew my mind to have a female Audrey, too. It was...
I love that.
Insane. Especially Amber Riley. Her voice is
so amazing. She's amazing.
I seriously was, like, sobbing, because, like, I like Audrey, too, in the movie and in the musical, like... It's fine, but, like, having a female Audrey, too, for some reason, just, like, murders it in a good way. It's so cool.
Haha, murders it.
Murders McDucks. So, yeah, that is Little Shop of Horrors.
Little shop of horrors, little shop of horrors. Marissa, if you're listening, I thought of you the whole time.
Felicia, if you're listening, I thought of you the whole time because I was an insufferable child when you were performing this play, and I was like, I love musicals now.
Oh, what was Felicia in the, what am I saying? What role did Felicia perform in
the musical? She was the Bill Murray role.
Oh, I love that. That's so cute.
And her future husband was actually in the song Meek Shall Inherit, and like I think it's like he was in the musical to like get closer to Felicia.
Aww.
Hi, Chris. Ew, romance.
No, we love romance here.
We do. We do love it. It's very sweet.
We love it so much.
I'm so happy for you guys. You're married and you have 2 beautiful children.
It's great.
It's beautiful.
It's wonderful. We're fine. We're fine. I will say though, Audrey's okay. Well, you know what? I'll wait to say this.
Hey, Catherine.
Yeah.
How did this movie fuck you up?
I'll tell you how this movie fucked me up. I'll fucking tell you how this fucking movie fucked me up. No, I feel like this scene where Audrey is like picturing her life that she wants, which is very dated with like a Tupperware party and like, you know, it's very 50s. But
it was even dated in the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. But like I'm just getting, I seriously never thought this would happen, or like I was worried maybe, or like not worried, but like I guess I'm just not one of those girls. I am like in the place now where I like so want like domestic. Yes, I just want like a nice house.
Yeah.
I would like a partner. I would like to like prepare myself for children in 10 years. Like it's just so weird that it just hit me. Like it's hit me in the last like
to that.
Yes, it's hit me in the last like 5 months. Like I'm just like, I just want a house somewhere and like grass
that's green.
And like literally
somewhere that's green.
Yes. And like it feels like the weirdest thing, like to see that scene and be like, same, dude.
I literally just want a yard.
Yeah.
Can I get like 10
and like
feet
I just
want to
like throw dinner parties. Like where I work now, it's like there's all these really amazing pieces of like there's like tea sets and all this like really amazing barware and like really good candlestick holders and shit. And I'm just like, I want to buy this
Give
stuff.
it to me.
It's crazy. So that's how this movie fucked me up. And Danielle.
Yes.
How did this movie fuck you up?
What?
How did this movie fuck you up?
Honestly, like, I mean, I could talk about this movie for another 6 hours.
I know you love this movie.
And when we suggested we do it tonight, like, I was so excited.
I know, I was like, we have to do it.
I was such a little kid, and, like, I didn't shut up the entire movie. But, I guess the way it fucked me up is, like, watching Audrey, like, because we've all been in that position where we're all very, like, I don't deserve good things, like, maybe this terrible relationship is what I deserve, and, like, maybe this is the only thing I'll be able to get, like, and it's very, very sad to watch, and, like, watching her go through that, and then, like, find somebody that's, like, actually perfect for her, and, like, get what she actually deserves, and not what she believes she deserves.
Beautiful.
And, yeah, it makes me hopeful.
That's good.
But also a little sad, but it's fine. It's okay. Yeah, that's how it fucks me up, because you get to see Audrey really accept the love that she does deserve.
I love that. I love that almost Perks of Being a Wallflower reference.
I know. I was like, no.
And I swear, in this moment,
we're finite.
We were. Wait, what is it? And in that moment, I swear we were infinite. You know what? Like, yeah, cliche, ha ha ha. But, like, I get that feeling.
Yeah. Very Tumblr.
Very Tumblr. It reminds me of Tumblr so much. Tumblr, if you're listening.
I just, like, picture Emma Watson, like, dangling out of the car.
Yeah, like, hands up outside of the car. Oh, my God. So funny.
And I'm like, oh, the tunnel's really low.
Tumblr's such a trig.
Same.
It's such a trigger.
It really is. So did they? Or didn't they?
They did.
I mean, Audrey and World Domination didn't really. They might have. But Seymour and Audrey definitely did.
End up together in the most roundabout way.
Yeah.
They found love.
Very full circle.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Bop, ship, bop. You never stop the terrors. Little Shop of... I wonder if this can get copyright stricken.
Whatever.
It would be worth it for this one.
Don't copyright stricken us, people. We're just doing...
We got 30 listeners.
We're just doing our job. I don't know.
We're having fun with our friends, okay? Let me have fun with my friends.
Yeah.
God. That's it. Watch Little Shop of Horrors if you want a little spooky romance. Mm-hmm. And you want to sing. And... Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening and bearing with us with our relationship talk. Mm-hmm. We hope you guys can relate. And that wasn't for naught. But yeah, we appreciate every single one of you, and look forward to us every other week.
Yes, thank you so much for still listening.
We love you.
Love you so much.
Goodbye. Like and subscribe. Do we subscribe? Yeah, like and subscribe and leave
and download and review us. Review us, please. It really, really helps. I'm begging. Okay, thank you.
Bye. Love you so much.
Bye.
Love you so much. Love you. Bye.
Bye.